April 17th, 1 Kings 12, 13, 14, and 14. Sorry. 1 Kings 12. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel had gone to Shechem to set him up to reign. And it came to be, when Jeroboam son of Nebat heard this, he was still in Mitzrayim, for he had fled from the presence of sovereign Solomon, and had been dwelling in Egypt. And they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the assembly of Israel came, and spoke to Rehoboam, saying, Your father made our yoke hard, and now lighten the hard service of your father, and his heavy yoke, which he put upon us. Then we serve you. And he said to them, Go away for 3 days, then come back to me. And the people went. Then sovereign Rehoboam consulted the elders who stood before his father Solomon, while he still lived, and said, What do you advise me to answer these people? And they spoke to him, saying, If you are a servant to these people today, and shall serve them, then answer them, and speak good words to them. Then they shall be your servants all the days. But he ignored the advice of the elders. The elders gave him, and consulted the young men who had grown up with him, who stood before him. And he said to them, What advice do you give? How should we answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Lighten the yoke which your father put on us? And the young men who had grown up with him spoke to him, saying, Say this to the people who have spoken to you, saying, Your father made your yoke heavy, but you make it lighter on us. Say this to them, My little finger is thicker than my father's waist. And now, my father laid a heavy yoke on you, but I add to your yoke. My father flogged you with whips, but I flog you with scourges. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam on the 3rd day, as the sovereign had spoken, saying, Come back to me the 3rd day. But the sovereign answered the people harshly, and ignored the advice which the elders had given him. And he spoke to them according to the advice of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, but I add to your yoke. My father flogged you with whips, but I flog you with scourges. So the sovereign did not listen to the people, for the turn of events was from Yah, in order to establish his word, which Yah had spoken by Ahiah the Shilonite to Jeroboam son of Nebat. And all Israel saw that the sovereign did not listen to them. Then the people answered the sovereign, saying, What portion do we have in David? And there is no inheritance in the son of Yishai. To your mighty ones, O Israel. Now see to your own house, O David. So Israel went to their tents. But as for the children of Israel who dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. And when the sovereign Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the compulsory labor, all Israel stoned him with stones, and he died. And sovereign Rehoboam hastily mounted his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. Thus Israel revolted against the house of David to this day. And it came to be, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam had come back, they sent for him and called him to the congregation, and set him up to reign over all Israel. There was none who followed the house of David, except the tribe of Judah only. And Rehoboam came to Jerusalem, and he assembled all the house of Judah, with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen brave men, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring back the reign of Rehoboam son of Solomon. But the word of Elohim came to Shemaiah, the man of Elohim, saying, Speak to Rehoboam son of Solomon, sovereign of Judah, and to all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the rest of the people, saying, Thus said Yah, Do not go up or fight against your brothers, the children of Israel. Let every man return to his house, for this matter is from me. So they obeyed the word of Yah, and turned back according to the word of Yah. And Jeroboam built Shechem in the mountains of Ephraim, and dwelt there. And he went out from there and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, Now the rain shall return to the house of David. If these people go up to do slaughterings in the house of Yah at Jerusalem, then the heart of this people shall turn back to their master, Rehoboam sovereign of Judah, and they shall kill me, and go back to Rehoboam sovereign of Judah. So the sovereign took counsel, and made 2 calves of gold, and said to the people, It is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. See, your mighty ones, O Israel, which brought you up from the land of Egypt. Slow learners. And he set up one in Bethel, and the other he put in Dan. And this matter became a sin, for the people went before the one as far as Dan, and he made the house of high places, and made priests from all sorts of people, who were not the sons of Levi. And Jeroboam performed a festival on the 15th day of the 8th new moon, like the festival that was in Judah, and he offered on the slaughter place. So he did at Bethel, slaughtering to the calves that he had made. And at Bethel he appointed the priests of the high places which he had made. And he made offerings on the slaughter place which he had made at Bethel on the 15th day of the 8th new moon, in the new moon which he had devised in his own heart. And he performed a festival for the children of Israel, and offered on the slaughter place, and burned incense. 1 Kings 13. And see, a man of Elohim went from Judah to Bethel by the word of Yah, while Jeroboam was standing by the slaughter place to burn incense. And he cried out against the slaughter place by the word of Yah, and said, O slaughter place, thus said Yah, See, a son is to be born to the house of David. Yoshua is his name. And on him you shall slaughter the priests of the high places who burn incense on you, and men's bones be burned on you. And he gave a sign the same day, saying, This is a sign which Yah has spoken. See, the slaughter place is split apart, and the ashes on it is poured out. And it came to be, when sovereign Jeroboam heard the saying of the man of Elohim, who cried out against the slaughter place in Bethel, that he stretched out his hand from the slaughter place, saying, Seize him. Then his hand, which he stretched out toward him, dried up, so that he was unable to bring it back to him. And the slaughter place was split apart, and the ashes poured out from the slaughter place, according to the sign which the man of Elohim had given by the word of Yah. And the sovereign answered and said to the man of Elohim, Please appease the face of Yah, your Elohim, not ours, not mine, yours, and pray for me, that my hand might be restored to me. And the man of Elohim appeased the face of Yah, and the sovereign's hand was restored to him, and became as it was before. And the sovereign then said to the man of Elohim, Come home with me and refresh yourself, and I give you a gift. But the man of Elohim said to the sovereign, If you were to give me half your house, I do not go in with you, nor do I eat bread or drink water in this place. For so he commanded me by the word of Yah, saying, Do not eat bread or drink water, or return by the same way you came. So he went another way, and did not return by the way he came to Bethel. And a certain old prophet was dwelling in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works of the man of Elohim, that the man of Elohim had done that day in Bethel, the words which he had spoken to the sovereign. And their father said to them, Which way did he go? And his sons had seen which way the man of Elohim went, who came from Judah. And he said to his sons, Saddle the donkey for me. And they saddled the donkey for him, and he rode on it. And he went after the man of Elohim, and found him sitting under a terebinth. And he said to him, Are you the man of Elohim who came from Judah? And he said, I am. And he said to him, Come home with me and eat bread. And he said, I am not able to return with you, or to go in with you, nor am I to eat bread or drink water with you in this place. For the word came to me by the word of Yah, do not eat bread or drink water there, nor return by going the way you came. And he said to him, I too am a prophet like you. And a messenger spoke to me by the word of Yah, saying, bring him back with you to your house, and let him eat bread and drink water. But he lied to him. So he turned back with him, and ate bread in his house, and drank water. And it came to be, as they sat at the table, that the word of Yah came to the prophet who had brought him back. And he cried out to the man of Elohim, who came from Judah, saying, thus said Yah, because you have rebelled against the mouth of Yah, and have not guarded the command which Yah your Elohim commanded you, and turned back and ate bread and drank water in the place which he said to you, do not eat bread nor drink water, your body shall not enter the burial site of your fathers. And it came to be, after he had eaten bread and after he had drank, that he saddled the donkey for him, for the prophet whom he had brought back. And he went, and the lion met him on the way and killed him, and his body was thrown on the way. And the donkey was standing by it, and the lion was standing by the body. And see, men were passing by, and saw the body thrown on the way, while the lion was standing by the body. And they went and reported it in the city where the old prophet dwelt. And the prophet who had brought him back from the way heard it, and said, it is the man of Elohim who rebelled against the mouth of Yah. And Yah gave him to the lion, and it tore him apart and killed him, according to the word of Yah, which he spoke to him. And he spoke to his sons, saying, saddle the donkey for me. And they saddled it. So he went, and found his body thrown on the way, and the donkey and the lion standing by the body. And the lion had not eaten the body, nor mauled the donkey. And the prophet lifted up the body of the man of Elohim, and placed it on the donkey, and brought it back. And the old prophet came to the city to mourn, and to bury him. And he placed his body in his own burial site, and they lamented over him, saying, O my brother. And it came to be, after he had buried him, that he spoke to his son, saying, when I am dead, then you shall bury me in the burial site where the man of Elohim is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. For the word which he cried out by the word of Yah against the slaughter place in Bethel, and against all the houses of the high places, which are in the cities of Shomron, shall certainly come to be. After this event, Jeroboam did not turn from his evil way, but again made priests from all sorts of people for the high places. Whoever he wished, he ordained to become one of the priests of the high places. And this matter was the sin of the house of Jeroboam, even to cut off and destroy it from the face of the earth. 1 Kings 14. At that time, Abijah, the son of Jeroboam, became sick. And Jeroboam said to his wife, please arise and disguise yourself, so they do not know that you are the wife of Jeroboam, and go to Shiloh. And see, Ahijah the prophet is there, who spoke of me becoming sovereign over this people. And you shall take with you 10 loaves and cakes and a jar of honey, and go to him, and declare to you what becomes of the child. And Jeroboam's wife did so, and rose up, and went to Shiloh, and came to the house of Ahijah. But Ahijah was unable to see, for his eyes had set, because of his age. And Yah had said to Ahijah, see, the wife of Jeroboam is coming to ask you a word about her son, for he is sick. Speak to her thus and thus, for it shall be when she comes in, that she makes herself strange. And it came to be, when Ahijah heard the sound of her footsteps as she came through the door, he said, come in, wife of Jeroboam. Why are you making yourself strange? And I have been sent to you with a harsh word. Go say to Jeroboam, thus says Yah, Elohim of Israel, because I exalted you from among the people, and made you ruler over my people, and tore the reign away from the house of David, and gave it to you. And you have not been as my servant David, who guarded my commands, who followed me with all his heart, to do only what was right in my eyes. But you have done more evil than all who were before you, for you have gone and made for yourself other mighty ones and molded images to provoke me, and have cast me behind your back. Therefore, see, I am bringing evil to the house of Jeroboam, and shall cut off from Jeroboam every male in Israel, whether shut up or left at large, and sweep away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as one sweeps away dung until it is all gone. Those of Jeroboam who die in the city, the dogs to eat, and those who die in the field, the birds of the heavens to eat, for Yah has spoken it. And you, arise, go to your house, with your feet enter the city, when your feet enter the city, the child shall die. And all Israel shall mourn for him and bury him, for he is the only one of Jeroboam who shall come to the burial site, because in him there is found a good report toward Yah Elohim of Israel in the house of Jeroboam. And Yah shall rise up for himself a sovereign over Israel, who cuts off the house of Jeroboam this day, even now. And Yah shall strike Israel as a reed is shaken in the water, and shall pluck Israel from this good soil which he gave to their fathers, and shall scatter them beyond the river, because they made their Asherim, provoking Yah. And he shall give Israel up, because of the sins of Jeroboam, who sinned and who made Israel sin. And the wife of Jeroboam rose up and went, and came to Tirzah. When she came to the threshold of the house, the child died. And they buried him, and all Israel lamented for him, according to the word of Yah, which he spoke through his servant Ahiyahu, the prophet. And the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he fought and how he reigned, see, they are written in the book of the annals of the sovereigns of Israel. And the days that Jeroboam reigned was 22 years. So he slept with his fathers, and Nadab his son reigned in his place. Meanwhile, Rehoboam, son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he became sovereign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which Yah had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah the Ammonitess. And Judah did evil in the eyes of Yah, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they committed, more than all their fathers had done. For they also built for themselves high places and pillars, and Asherim on every high hill, under every green tree. And there was also cult prostitutes in the land. They did according to all the abominations of the nations which Yah had dispossessed before the children of Israel. And it came to be in the 5th year of sovereign Rehoboam, that Shishak, sovereign of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem. And he took away the treasures of the house of Yah, and the treasures of the sovereign's house. He even took away all. And he took away all the shields of gold which Solomon had made. And sovereign Rehoboam made shields of bronze to replace them, and entrusted them into the hands of the chiefs of the guard, who guarded the entrance of the sovereign's house. And it came to be, whenever the sovereign went into the house of Yah, the guards would bring them, then take them back into the guard room. And the rest of the acts of Rehoboam and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the sovereigns of Judah? And there was fighting between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all the days. So Rehoboam slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. Lunch is over. And the name of his mother was Naamah the Ammonitess, and Abiyam his son reigned in his place.